Hi, I'm Scott for ediblemusic.com. Mixing bass is hard. It's one of those instruments that needs to serve as an anchor to the rest of the song, but it can be really difficult to get it to sound consistent, to get it to sound balanced, and to perform that job of anchoring the mix. But I want to show you a way of compressing the bass in order to give it that sense of consistency and help it to serve as a foundation for the rest of the arrangement of your mix. Let's do it. I've loaded up a compressor on this track, and the ratio you'll see is at 1.85. We can even that out at 2 if you like, but a low ratio is good here. And we've got a fast attack and a fast release. These numbers are not precise. I was aiming for somewhere around a half, like 0.5 milliseconds, and somewhere around 5 milliseconds on the release. But the key here is fast attack, fast release, low ratio. Let's get the threshold down. And this is gonna sound frightening at first, but we're gonna pull it way down. Yes. And this will have some impact on the tone of the bass as well. So as you get this set up, you can leave the attack and the release in place. You might just need to adjust the ratio and the threshold a little bit in order to maintain the character of the bass and to position it within the arrangement, particularly in relation to the kick and the snare. So if the bass is losing its character, maybe raise the threshold up a little bit to open it up, or lower the ratio just a touch. See how that sounds, see how that affects the bass and its relationship to the kick and the snare. And this is called averaging compression, or RMS compression, which stands for root mean squared. And I'm not going to get into the math of it, but there are two types of compression. There's peak compression, which will respond to the very loudest parts of a signal, which are usually quite brief. If you imagine someone hitting a drum, the very loudest part of that signal is quick, and then it has more of a longer tail to it. And the averaging compression will take account of the average loudness over the duration of that signal. Whereas the average compression, and you can see on the compressor we have here as well, that it's responding to most of the sound most of the time. So when we pull the threshold down, that helps us to get the compressor to respond to the average loudness of the signal. Let's hear what it's like without it. And there's not really any bass notes that are sticking out too much, which is a common problem with bass. It might sound a little bit too quiet sometimes, and then there will just be that one note that just booms out of the mix too much. This helps to lock the bass in place. So we have a low ratio, which allows us to manipulate the bass in a way that's not too destructive towards it. A fast attack, a fast release. Pull that threshold way down until you're getting about 3 or 4 decibels of gain reduction, and then balance it back out. And your bass should be sounding better in terms of the balance that it's supposed to give to the song, the anchoring that it's supposed to give to the song. So this is a quick one, but I want you to try it out and have fun.